Well, you and I selected the fabric, so basically it was my job then to go styling it with you, reaching out to the mill, and then meanwhile Alex has been cutting your pattern, distributes it with the trimmings, bundled together and given out to the relevant parties making your garment.
Sitting nice there. How's that feel?
Yeah, feels great.
I've actually selected a fantastic brace of heritage guns, which I would love to show you, which I think will be ideal for what you're going to be doing in Scotland.
The basic weaving principle is still as it was done over 100 years ago on this site in Hawick.
I think I see some roe deer here. And then we saw some deer earlier on the fields.
Pull. I'm Kirby Allison, and for years now, I've been exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. I've been invited on my very first game shoot up on an estate in Scotland, and I want to make sure that I do it properly. The proper outfit, the proper guns, the proper etiquette. But in today's world, does all of this still exist? And if so, why? The journey to Scotland has been incredible, and the big day was finally here. Today, I get to experience my first proper driven shoot, and that means finally wearing my 5-piece bespoke shooting suit from Henry Poole.
Kirby, good
Simon.
morning.
Well, what a beautiful day.
Incredible.
Nice shoot. So
Not often you get this kind of weather in Scotland, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
absolutely phenomenal.
you know, we are certainly fortunate for that. So what do you think?
Looking very good. Yep, fits lovely, nicely on the neck. Everything looks good with the +4s. Love the socks. Got the lovely garters. Goes very well with the actual overcheck. So yeah, nice with the tie. That's the
Yeah,
Cundey
special
tie.
Cundey tie. So thank you for this.
It's a pleasure. No, it's a great. My grandfather's design in 1963.
Really?
Timeless, but it's a tie that gets you through the day and the evening.
Yeah.
We do it in obviously many colours.
Yeah, you've got one also. Beautiful
Yeah.
tie. I guess, shall we do the honors?
Absolutely. I just say it's how lovely it is to get us all together here for this special moment.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming up. It's
Absolute
really
pleasure.
going to be quite exciting.
I'll just run it past you a few things of the detailing in the coat itself, for the functionalities, how it works. Obviously, first pointers are, we obviously the double button now on the bellows pockets here. So this one, in fact, brings you a situation where you can actually raise the actual flap to raise it up in a permanent position. So you'll be doing this on both sides. Rule would be that your live shells will be on one side, your dead shells on the other side.
Okay.
We all pick up the shells, we put them into the pockets. So don't mix them up. The other functionality would be obviously the shooting pleat. So the cross shots will be opening up when you play. When you shoot, the other thing is, of course, when you get the full overheads, there's nothing wrong with taking the jacket off and shooting with just the vest. So that's something you can do as well. But beware, when they obviously come with drinks or serve drinks at events, you will be putting the jacket back on. So it's the etiquette that comes into the day.
Of course. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful jacket. And this lining, I mean, again, you know, with these pockets open, I think the choice of, you know, this lining to kind of accent that blue was a really great choice.
It's a beautifully presented 4-piece dinner, and of course you'll be changing back into your trousers when you come back. They may be muddied up, but you'll have some fine trousers to put on with some nice shoes, and it'll be good to go for the evening too.
Yeah, and the boots are nice too. I mean, Purdy was able to outfit me with the boots, so these are beautiful field boots, and then I think you sent someone by to select out these garters.
Exactly.
Which again are very traditional to this particular style of shooting.
Gives a little flash to it, a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
But there's a functionality again, if you're having these kind of boots or long shooting boots, the trick is to make sure that your actual plus views come over the boot, as obviously this is part of the actual natural water effect, that you don't want to get any, you know, walking through gorse or anything like that brings the water into the effect of your trousers or your actual boot itself.
Yeah.
So it's another thing to notify.
Yeah, and very thickly knit socks, so a little bit of extra warmth as we're going out there. And then the garter, I mean, is beautiful, but I mean, to help secure the socks over the calf and prevent them from sliding down, again, is I think just a really kind of fascinating, nuanced touch of both form and function.
It is form and function. That's what it's all about, and the etiquette and the actual, how to say, the beauty in what shooting's taken place as we see today.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't be more excited.
And of course, making it 5 gives you the cap.
The final touch.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Shall we?
I will. Let me get changed, and I will see you there.
Yeah, I'll see you downstairs. Properly dressed for the day in my new suit, and with Simon getting ready, there was only one more thing I needed to be fully prepared for the day ahead. It wouldn't be a proper driven shoot if we didn't have some cigars for the 11s. So whenever I was in London, I took the initiative of picking up a few cigars from Davidoff of London, of course, my favorite cigar shop in London. Of course, everyone knows the Sahakians are good friends. It's no secret. So I thought it'd be fun to throw a few of these in the humidor. Truth be told, smoked a few of these last night. These are some short Trinidad's. And then we've got, we've got some other Davidoffs. You know, the thing I love about the Sahakians is they're always good for a nice selection. This is a beautiful Chef's Edition. Boxed press. Some more Trinidad's. This is the Upman Magnum 54. And then we've got a few after dinner selections here. So hopefully tonight, the plan is after we go on this shoot, we're all gonna come back to the house. We'll gather in the bar, have a drink, of course, talk about the day. And then if we're lucky afterwards, get to enjoy a cigar. So I've got some longer after dinner cigars also, beautiful Monte Cristo. And we've got a Romeo and Juliet. And the one that I've got set aside for myself, the Ramon Ayones. This is a Corona Gigante, basically a double Corona. Look at this beauty. And then you'll call me weird, but I never travel without my El Casco cutter, so we're gonna put this in here. And then a few of the lighters from the Sahakian Lounge. So let's load this up into the Defenders, and let's go have some fun today.
Morning gentlemen, welcome to Craigsanquhar Estates in Birkhill Castle. Today we're going to be shooting driven pheasants, so I'm going to go over 1 or 2 do's and don'ts. Shooting driven birds, which means there'll be the beaters in front of you, pickers up behind you all the time. So if you can't see sky, don't pull the trigger, okay? We shoot nothing at all on the ground, no hares, no foxes, no rabbits, nothing at all on the ground. Don't shoot your gun flat towards the beaters or flat towards the pickers up behind you. You'll be live in your peg, which we'll draw numbers in a moment. When you get to your peg, you can shoot straight away, but only at game. No birds of prey, no pigeons, no crows, nothing apart from game. Today we're shooting mainly pheasants. We may shoot the odd partridge, but what we're doing today is mainly pheasants. I'll sound the horn to finish the drive. Once you hear that horn, please empty your gun straight away, pick your empty cartridges, and make your way back to the vehicles. Does anybody have any questions? No? Yep. Okay. Most important thing, gents, keep it safe. We're going to draw our peg numbers here. In the bottom of this, you'll have a number. That number will tell you which peg number you start at. And you move up 2 positions after the first drive. Good health, gentlemen. Keep it safe and have a good day.
Cheers. Number 9.
I want those back, Steve. You've got a reputation. Okay, gents, we're going to get back in the vehicles now and head off to Birkhill Castle.
Yeah. Right,
enjoy your day.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to Birkhill Castle. First drive's just over here. We call it the Hill Drive for obvious reasons. Hopefully you've all remembered your numbers. Do you? Number you, James? 10. Gents, just remember your safety and enjoy the first drive. Yeah. Follow me, please.
Thank you. And with that, the first drive began. The way a drive works is that each shooter has a peg, or a position in the line, across which they are evenly spaced for the shoot. With our backs to the beautiful River Tay and the stunning views of Birkhill Estate, the only thing left to do was to set up our guns and wait for the beaters to drive the birds out of the tree line. Here we are. We're a couple minutes into our first driven shoot. I have to say this is absolutely incredible. The Earl of Dundee's place is just right there, Birkhill Castle. We've got the town of Dundee just right across the water. It's an absolutely glorious day for a shoot. And I have to say, I'm dressed to the nines in this beautiful bespoke piece from Henry Poole. I've got the #1 gun from Purdy. Simon Cundey from Henry Poole's got the #2. And we're having some fun today. So let's see if we can shoot some birds. All too quickly, the sound of the gamekeeper's horn brought the first drive to a close. The birds were collected by the pickers, and we headed back to the Land Rovers. At mid-morning, as is traditional, and after a great first drive, we gathered together for the 11s, which is a short break for refreshments and a chance for us to exchange our stories of the shoot so far. The quality, craftsmanship, and tradition of every element of the traditional shoot has evolved over hundreds of years and is astounding. Everything has its purpose. This can best be seen in the traditional shooting suit made for me by Henry Poole. More than just an example of British craftsmanship at its best, the suit is a functional piece of sporting clothing. The +4s, the pleats, the pockets, even the tweed patterns themselves were all specifically designed with performance in mind. They are as functional today as they were over 100 years ago. And the Purdy shotguns, well, they are simply works of art. But just like the suit from Henry Poole, the guns are meant to be used. The fact that the guns I used are over 50 years old and could easily last another 100 is a testament to the enduring craftsmanship of these incredible Purdy shotguns. So here we are, it's the third shoot of the day. We've driven to another area of the estate. I mean, you can see just how beautiful this is. Absolutely incredible. We've got the rolling hills, we've got a nice lake. I saw some ducks over there, and we're setting up for our final shoot. This has really been incredible. I've gotten a few birds, not too many. I'd like to blame it on the fact that I'm used to shooting an over and under, not a side-by-side, but I'm doing all right. And we're just waiting here until the beaters are able to work their way through the tree line. So the birds are just up there in the tree line, and they'll be flying this direction over our heads, and we're getting ready to go. I have to say it's been incredible so far. I mean, dressed to the nines in this beautiful bespoke Henry Poole suit. I mean, you can really see how the tweed was designed with the environment in mind. You can see how this really kind of works in to the landscape you see behind me with the colors, the greens, the blues. Absolutely beautiful. And to be here in this environment in Scotland, what an absolute privilege. With the final drive of the day underway, I couldn't help but appreciate the importance of the local gamekeepers. Their role is so much more than simply organizing the shoot day. As I learned in speaking with George, the real work of the gamekeeper is as a custodian of the local environment and wildlife population. From protecting their habitats to the fact that the vast majority of all the birds they raise ultimately return to the wild. Their work is essential to maintaining the overall health and vibrancy of the local ecosystem and is enjoyed by more than just those who shoot. As the day came to a close, the magnitude of everything I experienced really began to come together. The incredible natural beauty of the Scottish countryside, the work of the gamekeeper to raise a healthy bird population, and the traditions of the shoot itself. All of these elements come together such that the totality of the moment far exceeds any one element of the day. And ultimately, all this revolves around the important work of the gamekeeper in providing sustainability and balance to the ecosystem of the countryside. To all those birds.
Yes.
In today's age of fast fashion and cheaper is better, to me, the proper British shoot, run by master gamekeepers with its rich customs that put quality craftsmanship and tradition at the forefront, is something to be honored and maintained. I had set out on a journey to discover if all this was still relevant, and the answer was an overwhelming yes. Not only is it relevant, it is important.
And the best in everything which we had come together with. So whether we had suits, we had guns, we had cloth, the combination of it all together came this weekend.
Seeing it out there in its natural environment, kind of being used together, I think really just gives me an even more profound appreciation for not just these crafts individually, but how it's really an entire lifestyle and really an entire philosophy of life.
All of our companies are something that's tangible. You know, we're something which can be visited, seen, touched, and that is something it's old but now new because it's sort of like roles reversed.
I think we're truly a craft, sort of desperately trying to be an industry, but we'll never make that leap because really our feet are so firmly sunk in the craft.
They weren't pulling the cloth over the table at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We weren't running those machines as quickly as they could go because we know that the quality is the best part of that.